Good people who have traveled from villages near and far, lend me your ears.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
What's up, Miss Tasty? What's up? What's up?
Hi there, nice to see you. Bumblebee Tuna? Bumblebee Tuna!
Hello, Wes Mantooth. Hello, Evening News Team.
You are now listening to another edition of Movie Review Crew.
Welcome to the goodie room.
But their ability to open is f***ing heroic.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do the best I can.
All right, welcome in, everybody. This is another edition of the Movie Review Crew. I'm your host, Mike Lucas, and joining me is Steve Rushlaw.
How you doing?
Shane Cronican.
How's it going?
And Aaron Cronican.
Hello.
Guys, we have an excellent episode on today's show, but I have to be quite honest and quite frank with you all.
He doesn't know the title of this movie.
Oh my god.
What happened
In the Zoom meeting, it said, I don't know what movie.
I did not notice that.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I have no idea what movie y'all watched this week.
It's Color Out of Space.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah.
I did know that. And then I just kept getting it confused with The Color of Money. Also a horror movie from the same time period, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely,
Nailed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've done your prep work. It shows.
Yeah, thank you. I am, I'm busy. I got busy on the brain. I am working and
Playing too
life.
much Call of Duty.
I mean, making tiki-talkies,
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
It is what it is. But I am excited because I have a couple movies to talk about on the What Have You Seen segment
Very nice.
of today's show, because I've actually seen things. Do I remember what they were? I remember one of them.
Explain them. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Great audio. Just try to fumble through an explanation.
I don't remember what the second one was.
They probably had John Hamm in it. That's why.
Spider-Man.
No, the first Spider-Man was the first one. That's the one I remember. It doesn't matter. Guys, on today's show, we got The Color Out of Space.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I remember what you watched. Or was that last week? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was one you watched.
Yeah, that's what it
How did
was.
you forget that movie?
Well, I'll tell you about it.
Okay,
But
all
first, any movie news or anything important that the viewers need to know, need to hear about?
No.
Bond is getting good reviews. Bond is
it?
It's getting very good reviews. A lot of reviews say it's a little over long because I think the runtime's like 2.5 hours, a little longer than that, even 2
Good
hours
Lord.
and 40. So most of them say that it is a bit over long, but it's a fantastic send off for Craig.
We've done this before, and I can attest to it on this show. Overlong is just a word I will never be comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just long.
It's just overlong,
No.
Yeah.
Because over long, if it's long, it's long.
Yeah, but this is
If it's too long,
Too
you just
long.
say it's.
relative to long. This is over.
Yeah, this is overlongly.
Over a loop long?
More. Sorry. More over long. Is that better? More over long?
More overly long.
More overly long?
Okay, so we've got 4 of us in here. On a scale of 0 to 10,
12.
where is your interest in the Bond franchise?
12.
Mine's like a 2 right now.
12.
I'd say it's pretty low right now. I mean, in 2020, I had tickets to go see this movie, and it's been pushed back for what? Almost a year and a half now?
So the delay killed it for you.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't even see the last one. Spectre?
Really?
Was it? It wasn't Spectre, was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've seen that one or not, honestly. It's been that long. Or so not memorable, I guess.
Which one was Spectre? Who was the bad guy in Spectre?
Inspector
Blofeld.
Gadget.
No, well, kind of Blofeld, but also Javier. Not Javier Bardem. He was in. Yeah, so it was. I can't think of the actor's name. The guy that's in
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. Yep.
Yeah, I
yep,
definitely
yep,
didn't
yep.
see that.
And he was.
I don't think I did either. Wait, I think I did. See, that's how memorable this movie was.
Yeah.
I
well,
remember them
Good
going to
Lord,
like the
what is
Day of
the
the
average
Dead thing.
runtime for a Bond movie? 2.5 hours? Is that just the minimum runtime? For
These
these movies
ones
now?
are. Well, they got
God.
more creative people behind the production of it, and so they try to make
People
it more.
don't watch James Bond for creativity.
Well,
Stop
but
it.
that's what set this era apart.
243.
That's what set this era apart.
No,
Eh,
what
but,
sets this era apart is boring movies.
Oh no, not all of them. I'll give
he
you.
said
Listen.
no, and then it was like, well, maybe.
Okay, Spectre was it had its moments, but it was over
Quantum
long.
of Solace was dookie.
Quantum of Solace. That was during the writer's strike. That was
Skyfall wasn't bad.
Skyfall was great.
Skyfall was like
Casino
James Bond
Royale
Home Alone.
Was
Casino
amazing.
Royale was really good.
That's one of the better Bond movies ever.
How
made.
many has Daniel Craig been in? 5 now.
This is 5.
So it's in order.
Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre. No Time to Die.
No Time to Die.
You know what I think the problem is? If, in my opinion, none of them. This is the 5th one, and they peaked with the first.
Yeah. You could say that about Brosnan.
You
could say that about Brosnan too. I mean,
Sure,
GoldenEye was amazing, and then he had middling to average movies, and then
terrible.
Terrible.
We talked about this on the Kingsman episode. There are cooler action stars out there in the same genre. I think that's the main problem.
Yeah, and
I think James Bond is an interesting character, and all of the history that this franchise has, it deserves something, right? And I want to see it continue to go, especially after this. But
it's stale.
Yeah.
And part of that is I think it's when it was first created, Bond is very much a creation of its time, and it has evolved with each actor in each era of Bond, and this happens to be just it struggled to find its identity. The Casino Royale was fun, and it was Bond forming his identity and him finding his identity, and then the kind of his era has become kind of that. And Quantum of Solace was horrible. It was just trying to mimic the Bourne movies, and it was awful. But I think it found its identity in Spectre, and it's more serious. It's trying to be a movie that says something and has themes, and it's trying to be more than just action adventure. And I think at points it works. Skyfall was very good at a lot of moments. Spectre had its moments, but was a bit dull. A little bit too serious, though. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said it's kind of like of its time, where I feel like this is the generation of like somewhat serious action movies. I mean, at least in the earlier 2000s, I think like once John Wick kind of hit the scene and you get some of these like,
well,
would you consider John Wick like campy a little bit?
I would. No, campy is
not
the
campy.
The Kingsman is campy James Bond.
Okay, sure.
It's more fun though. It exists in a universe that is. It's reality. It's our universe, but it's kind of this expanded reality where you have to buy in and you have to kind of suspend your like, well, okay, come on, but so yeah, and maybe Bond needs to do that, is create and live in its own Bond universe, whereas Craig's Bonds tried to be real.
Who's Craig
modern.
Bond? Is that James'
Craig Bond.
brother?
Yeah. 006.
Right. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Shane. Where would you put Daniel Craig as James Bond?
His movies or him as Bond?
Both.
Yeah, both.
Do his movies first.
His movies, I would put second. I personally prefer Connery as Bond and his movies, and I think I'd put Craig. I'd put him. I like him better than Pierce Brosnan, and honestly, I put him on the same par as Timothy Dalton because Dalton, I think, is underrated as Bond. He just didn't get many movies. He did 2 of them, and they were very similar, where they're grounded. It's this more serious, almost angry James Bond, because that's what Craig Bond has been for a lot of his era. He's just kind of this angry Bond. I mean, at one point he quit MI6, and that Dalton did the same, where he was rogue for a bit, and yeah, so I put him on the same tier as him. Better actor probably, and more movies to dive into his character, but very similar. But for me, it'll always be Connery. It's going to be hard to ever top Connery, because Bond and that era of Bond fit the character how it was written. It was the time frame and the era that spy movies could be spy movies without all these gadgets and technology and trying to find your identity within that, and spies in general just don't have a place in the world anymore, and that's kind of what Craig's Bond era has explored. Is how the hell does Bond and MI6 in general fit into this world, and it has mixed results in doing so.
I can assuredly say I've never seen a Timothy Dalton Bond.
You should. They are.
I'm looking at them.
An absolute. I mean, they are a product of their time. An '80s action movie. I mean, one of the bad guys is a Hispanic cocaine dealer. It's so good, man. They're, for anybody that's a fan of '80s action movie, they're awesome. I love them. They're more brutal. They're more violent. They're just more straightforward action movies. I love them.
Robert Davi got a giant iguana on his
shoulder. Oh yeah. And the one of the FBI agents from Die Hard is in it as well, as one of the either FBI or CIA in this. But yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. Don't be
woo. He said.
Woo. Okay. So, what was the initial question that started all of this?
Does anyone
care
about Bond?
No. Yeah. How excited are we for this?
Yeah.
This one out of 10?
No, just not just this one. The Bond franchise right now, like this movie and moving forward.
Well, I'm always
after Craig a 7. Currently, this one, I'd be hard pressed to give it a 5.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
And I'm using like a 4 as an F.
And I love Craig as Bond. I'm bummed to see him go, but excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I think there's been rumors speculating for a while, but I think they could do a lot of different things that are cool with Bond moving forward.
They could.
So I'm excited.
I have no qualms, preference. I mean, I have my ideas, but I don't. It'd be hard to upset me. I mean, people will be upset if it's not more of the same. I'm not one of those. Take it in a new direction. Let's see how it works. I would rather have an interesting failure than a just like a mundane seen it before bullcrap.
Yeah.
Well,
agreed.
My vote's for Idris Elba, but
yeah, I still would love to
talking
see
about
him,
Idris Elba for Bond forever.
Yeah,
and
at this point he's too old.
Yeah, I wish he would though.
You know who I have heard rumblings about is Richard Madden.
Yeah,
I would back that 100%.
And that's my choice, but I don't think they'd ever go towards Madden at all. But
he's an underrated actor, and
and
with him, I don't know how involved he'll be in the future of Marvel, but he's in that new whatever the heck
the
it
Eternals,
is.
I think it is.
Eternals, yeah.
Is that a movie or is that a series?
Movie.
I don't know.
It's Marvel.
It's a movie.
It's a dookie.
Do we want to gauge our interest in that?
Kumail Nanjiani's in it. I'll give it
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Marvel gets interesting actors, but I mean, Moon Knight. That's gonna have Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke, and I still don't care. And I want to care because I love both of those actors. Those would be in my top 5 right now of actors working. Both of them, I still don't care. I just can't. I want to, but I can't.
They got Christian Bale in the next Thor, and even it's like Christian Bale.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And still nothing.
For me, I've been a huge Marvel guy since, day one. When I've seen all the TV shows except for What If. But honestly, after Endgame, I'm kind of I don't really want to, like, Black Widow didn't interest me mostly because I hate Scarlett Johansson.
Fair.
I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, mostly because I know nothing about the character.
Yeah.
And none of these movies really interest me outside of Thor coming up. I don't know.
Sorry, it like you said, Endgame closed a 20-year chapter, 15-year chapter, and it's like, do I want to start again? Like, okay, that was fun, that was awesome, it's over. What do I want to invest in this again? Do I want to start again? And now we have TV shows we got to keep track of.
This one, the first one where Endgame ended, it was more grounded. It was more, this is the basics of Marvel. Now they're starting to get into like mystical and cosmic stuff, where pretty much anything can happen in the world, and it's.
But I like it.
It's a lot to follow.
I'll eventually watch some of them, I guess. I don't know.
I will too.
So the thing that I think, and this is going to be a very hot take, when Endgame ended, every movie before then should have already been released, like in their chronological timeline that they have going. Because didn't they release like Black Widow after that, right?
Spider-Man was the one directly after it, but it played off of and then Black Widow's like a prequel showing her.
Oh yeah, it has to, because
like, backstory.
Right, but it was released post Endgame.
Yeah, it was. Yes. She did die.
Yeah. Well, so the like, I think every movie that's been released post Endgame should have been released pre Endgame, right? Like,
if you're releasing it post End, like, you finished the story, I don't care.
Right.
I don't.
It's
done.
Right.
Scarlett Johansson had Black Widow should have come out. It should have.
Years
her
ago.
character's done. What?
Right.
That movie's not going to go anywhere that leads to anything we care about. We know the ending.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, I will never see Black Widow because I frankly don't care. Maybe if it came out earlier, I would have cared. I don't know. But
I agree.
I think they should either do, like, two things. They should have a through point, which I think they might be doing with Spider-Man to, like, lead into the Eternals and some of the other things, or like Doctor Strange. Like, just one through point, and then build an entirely different universe so you can, like, you can see this Spider-Man movie.
So it's
and
separate.
Then it's a separate universe, but there's one through point with a tiny connection, and that's it. But now I feel like they got this Eternal stuff, and they got, like, Doctor Strange, and
they're literally trying to do the same thing as they did with Thanos. They're trying to take it from this point at Endgame and take it all the way, try and do another 20 movies where
and you'll have another big baddie that they all have to come together.
They're trying to go to
defeat.
Kang the Conqueror. That's who they're trying to go to.
Right, and that's cool. But are they going to have?
It's going to be tough.
Are they going to have new characters and old characters? Because I like after all of these Marvel Cinematic Universe ones with Thanos, I feel like those characters should be done. Maybe one through point to connect the dots. Those, like Doctor Strange, those guys are done. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but
I agree.
Black Panther's got a new one coming out, so
right, like that's what I'm saying. Like Black Panther, Thor, all of these characters were done. That's their story.
Yeah,
for now.
like so I agree. Like the Avengers was amazing for a team up, and honestly, let's give them credit. The layout that they created from the beginning, the plan that they set in place and implemented was fantastic. All the credit in the world. But I agree with you.
Sure.
I would almost rather see contained storylines where Spider-Man. I don't have to have them all exist in this one big universe where they come together. Okay, so make this character interesting and give him his own storyline that's separate from the others, to where the drama is not centered around one character and all the drama is the same for each character because it all is going to culminate in this one big showdown. Give them their own storyline and room to breathe.
I feel like if Doctor Strange keeps on going and Black Panther keeps on going, and then they introduce Eternals and like all these characters, I'm gonna stop watching altogether.
It's
because it's too much.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's already too much, man. They don't have enough screen time to dedicate to real characters.
Sure.
They're just costumes, and you're gonna have 1,000 of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so who cares?
And that's kind of why
Cool,
we
it's
talked
action.
about Iron Man being one of the better movies in that franchise, is because it lays out a story. It's pretty much just him. They're building him up.
Yeah.
Instead of towards the end where it's everybody.
Yeah, this is a great transition because I watched the second Spider-Man the second Spider-Man Far From Home.
The new second Spider-Man.
Yeah, the new series. Thank you, with Tom Holland. It legitimately was one of the most underwhelming superhero movies I have ever seen, and I mean,
which is too bad because
of the Marvel
the
Cinematic
stars
Universe.
are so good always in those movies.
Yeah, it was fine. The first half was the most boring thing ever.
I feel the same way about the first Tom Holland Spider-Man. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm not blaming him. It's just for some reason it's because it's Iron Man light and then it's all I don't know.
I really liked the first one though, not gonna lie. I thought the Vulture was one of the best villains.
I'll give you that. 100% Vulture was fantastic. But the whole
Jake
Iron
Gyllenhaal-
Man light and how he's got like the Spidey suit has his own voice talking. That's dumb.
I don't care about that. It wasn't. It's not
Wasn't
worth seeing,
Spider-Man.
personally. Yeah, it didn't, and it's just. I will say though, there is a scene. Has anyone seen it? Steve, you've seen it. Shane, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Aaron, I know you haven't.
Aaron, you can check out. We'll tell you when we're done talking.
I already have.
The first introduction of Mysterio as Mysterio, and he's going through, and you see like the projections of himself and stuff. That is legitimately one of the coolest scenes I have seen in the past 10 years, and I'm like putting that up there with like the Atomic Blonde scene from the stairwell and the John Wick
creative.
fight.
Yeah.
It's unique,
and
that's
it was
where 90% of their budget went.
Very, it was very a very good iteration of Mysterio. Like
for sure,
everything that you've known in the comics, the video games, whatever you've known them, it was they did a good job. It was just the movie as a whole was
It's could have messed it up. Other than that,
Do you think Marvel's getting? You know how sometimes we keep talking about the cast. At some point, are the stars outshining the character? I mean, like Batman was like that. They were crappy movies, but it was more about George Clooney as Batman, and it's like, and then they hire this Christian Bale that not a lot of people have heard of at the time, and it becomes more about the character.
I would say yes, but I think the casting is spot on enough to where those characters can easily become.
I haven't
the
seen
characters.
it, but what I'm saying is like when I see, it's Jake Gyllenhaal, like why couldn't Mysterio be a no-name actor? And then you're not taking out of it by saying, it's Jakey G.
Because it's Jakey G.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was they were trying to pull this whole like, is he the good guy? Is he the bad guy? Which I think was a misstep. We know he's the bad guy. Quit. I mean, who are you fooling?
I was somewhat confused. I was like, no, he's the bad dude.
Yeah, we all knew that. I think that was what detracted from that movie. They tried to use Jake. Oh, look, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Everybody loves him. He's this nice guy, and that was great casting. But we're not falling for it. We all know who Mysterio is. So I don't know. I don't mind the casting. I don't mind the stars. I think they all do well. Maybe I'm just getting burnt out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how excited I am for the next one because supposedly they're bringing back every Spider-Man.
I'm excited. Not gonna lie.
I think it'll be interesting, but like
too many cooks in the kitchen.
I don't care.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland.
So
that's
to me,
a lot of people.
I'm all on board as long as, like we said earlier, it's a Spider-Man movie. It's not trying to connect to anything. It's not trying to set up this anything. It's just the Spider-Man multiverse. That would
But
be
you know it
interesting.
is. You know it's
I
going to
know.
try to set
I just
something
want
up.
Tobey Maguire to just not even be just a little cameo appearance and flip
his
his
emo
hair like
walk?
in Spider-Man
Mhm.
3. Yep.
Emo walk?
The best scene of any Marvel movie ever.
Mike, you
of
said you
course.
saw Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
I did. Well, I'll just briefly touch on it. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's good. It's I don't know. Good. Is it my first recommendation for people?
Oh,
No.
I
But
love
love
it.
love that movie.
Shane
It's
Black's
so
quick
good.
fire, witty
It's so
banter.
good.
Definitely a movie of its time period, though. Give me that.
Yeah.
It's
Well, yeah.
a little dated in a
Well,
lot
sure,
of
but
ways.
I can't. Like Aaron said, it's Shane Black's writing at its finest, and two of the best examples of people that are capable of delivering his lines how they need to be delivered. Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. in that. That's some of the best on-screen chemistry and some of the best like Shane Black line delivery I've ever seen. Those two together was fantastic. Val Kilmer especially. That's one of my favorite performances of his entire career.
I will say there were like small little throwaway, not even throwaway lines, but little one-liners that made me laugh audibly. Like
Yes.
when he shoots the girl in
Oh.
the face and then he throws
Oh my god.
the gun into the lake.
Yeah, and then he falls out. They're just yelling, and Val Kilmer just oh wait, no, what is that? Is that a clue on the briefcase? He looks at it and he slams the briefcase in his face. That movie, every scene just cracks me up. I could watch. I could and have watched it many times.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's fine, it's good. It's I don't know. Like,
It's great. It's
yeah,
amazing. It's a 12. Tell your friends.
I'd give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Solid.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
solid.
I can't fault you for
Yeah.
it. I'd be higher, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. I don't want to take up all the time talking about what I've talked about. Have you guys seen anything new? I know you guys have seen.
Yeah,
something.
I'll be quick. I continued my search for hidden gem horror movies.
Uh-oh.
I watched one. It wasn't good, so I gave up my search for now. So I watched a movie
It's
called
October 3rd.
I know,
He's
I
3
called
days
it
in. He's 3 days in. He gave up.
No, but I'm like 15 movies into trying to find a hidden gem, and I can't do it.
Netflix had 2 new recent ones just this week. I don't know if they're any good.
What'd
but
you
no.
watch?
Little Joe is what it's called. Little indie sci-fi horror that I thought would be kind of like a Invasion of the Body Snatchers type of thing. It's about these plant breeders that make this plant that's supposed to make you feel happy, but then it's kind of these chemicals are changing people. And
Every time you come in here and you're like, I watched this movie, thought it'd be good, it wasn't. And then you give us the description and we're all thinking, why'd you think that was going to be good?
do you know what the point of a hidden gem is? To find these movies that you guys haven't heard of that's good so I can pick it.
You maybe need to have more discretion when you read the plot summary.
No, this one sounded good. It wasn't. It was.
well.
It was just okay, is what it was.
All right. Speaking of, we talked about Jake Gyllenhaal. I saw The Guilty, the new one on Netflix by Anton Fuqua, director of Training Day and Tears of the Sun.
The king of mediocrity.
Okay. All right. I'm out of here.
I mean, he did that awful
All right.
Magnificent Seven movie.
That was fun. You're dumb. Anywho's.
Oh, it wasn't. It was so bad.
This is Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a remake of I believe Swedish film. Is that right? Anyways, it's
Danish.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they the same thing?
I don't know. Sure. Sweden and Denmark are the
We're
same
dumb
thing. Let's go with
Americans.
that.
From Sweden and Denmark. They're close enough.
God.
But anyways, it's all it's a contained, I guess, movie all taking place in one area. He's a 911 dispatcher, receives this call from this possibly kidnapped woman, has to try to figure it out while he's dealing with his own work drama, but it's fine. As a movie, it's fine. It doesn't add much to the original. In fact, it makes one small change that would be a spoiler to tell you, but I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It just irked me. But Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic. He does everything he can with the role. It's just it's fine. I feel how Mike seemed to feel about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's good.
So
And then that's
another notch in the mediocre cap of Anton Fuqua is what you're saying.
I was going.
That's not what I said. It is mediocre, but I didn't say the whole notch in his career, and you're wrong.
I haven't seen it yet, but I was kind of hoping it was like Phone Booth, limited scenes.
Similar.
Only
but I guess not as effective to me.
Gotcha.
But it was fine. I would recommend it to anybody looking for a thriller to watch on Netflix. I mean, it's on Netflix. It's easily accessible, so I would recommend it. It's not great, which is fine. It's a good movie. It was worth my time. I would recommend it, but I don't know that I'd watch it again.
Okay. Steve, have you seen anything? I have not. I barely had enough
What
time
have
to
you
watch
been
this
doing?
movie.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm busy. Yeah, what have you been doing?
Whatever, dude.
I had a kid like 2 weeks ago.
Yay!
Or my wife did.
I was trying to make a joke, and I was like, I don't know how to get there.
So I've been a little busy changing diapers and doing a bunch of other stuff. So
Yep.
Little man decided to come 2 weeks early. So
Yeah, you're gonna be a bit busy.
Yeah. Next time, come with a legitimate excuse like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Mike, he's playing video games. Get with it.
Making TikToks, dude.
Making TikToks. He said that's gotta have priorities, Steve. Come on.
I'm trying to become a hashtag influencer, so
Yeah. And calling them tiki-talkies makes it seem real legitimately professional.
Yes, Mom, I'm quitting my job to go make TikToks.
Call him hashtag TikTokies. Then she won't be able to argue.
Yeah, because
she'd be like, "What the hell's a hashtag?"
Yeah, and then I'll just pull up the Jimmy Fallon clip.
Hashtag Cookie Monster. Cookie
Hashtag
Monster.
shut the fudge up.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, are we ready to move into Color Out
Yep.
Space?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Hey, guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Good day, sir. You're a sir. I said good day.
Yeah. See ya.
Hasta la vista, baby.
This has been
the Movie Review Crew podcast. Remember to find us online on your favorite social media apps and go to our website, moviereviewcrew.com.
Linger, man.
Yeah, totally.
Linger.
Hardcore.